right, mic check. Looks like we've got a signal. Shout out to my Donny Squirrel Sniper inside. If you're still about on the old Spliff Patrol. Shout out to the other two that's here right about now. And yeah, let's get this cracker like in real quick. I'll keep it chilled this time as best as I can. You know, sometimes I can get a bit passionate and a bit crunk. We'll try my best to keep it PG. Might be quite difficult with the subject at hand. You know, we're dealing with this bruteful bacon. Again, I'm not, all racist and stuff, but these type of people, these type of extremist, right-wing, fucking scumbag, pendejo, and all of that stuff. But anyway, if you know what I'm talking about, as I say, I will still big up Bouncer from what he's been doing concerning the Shinny Shitty show and such delights, and pulling out the paedophile activities with some of them and all of that stuff with some of these extreme right-wing people. Very interesting, to be fair. All these people that are around Tommy Robinson and all these other fucking people. Really? Are these the people that you're around, yeah? Wow. Freddy Kruegers and whatnot. All right, okay. All right, interesting. And the guy that we're going to cover here is via one of Bouncer's streams the other day, where you had Shitty Shinny Show guy saying how he used to know somebody called, or still knows him, whatever the case may be, but this is the type of company that they happen to keep. And the guy's name is White Manny. So Bouncer done some investigation. He pulled up a situation to do with this guy where he's serving life for killing his ex-partner. So he was in his 40s, she was in her 20s, she was about 22, he was in his 40s. He's some type of MMA, steroid, probably on some pub grub packet, and whatever else he's probably on, you know what I mean? Drinking, other types of drugs, right? Or he could be just without any of that, and he's just naturally a brute, fucking piece of shit, scumbag, pendejo, shit cunt bastard. Whatever the case may be, rot in hell. Nobody's not saying you can't have a bit of a Barney and a bit of a whatever with your missus and whatnot, but to go as far as you've gone. I mean, really? Is that what you're doing here? Is that what you're gonna do? Stabbing her in her breast, stabbing her in her groin. Wow. But you know what we're going to quickly look at? If you tap the pinned comment that I just put in the chat, it will take you straight away to the post that I put in the community wall. So we're going to look at the number stuff, and literally straight after this we're going to come back with another transmission, and we're going to do a round two, but this time with the visuals, and I'll keep it PG with the Microsoft propaganda that I just spoke about in the last stream, and showed you how it was all by the numbers. And of course they want to blame the boogeyman and whoever it may be, and they're blaming Russian hackers. And I'm showing you how it was all by the numbers, just like their game network for gamers that play computer games. Their network went down on the same weekend as PlayStation. Covered that just the other day, right? By the numbers. And lo and behold, here we are again. So let me quickly scoot over. Let me change this banner as well. Make sure it's on the correct one this time, not like the other day. Right, so that banner's ready. Fantastic. Right, let's move that out of the way. We don't need that. Right, so we'll quickly look at this. Right, sorry guys, give me 1 second here, just getting me bearings. Just pulling some stuff up, trying to get YouTube back up on the other part of the screen, and so we can go through these important slides here that the world is still sleeping on, and why it's important to understand these numbers. Again, I'm not going to hold your hand through this, so be sure to check out, I don't know if I put it in the description of this, but it's definitely on the wall post. If it's not in the description of this video, I will absolutely definitely include it after the stream. And of course, I'm talking about Kirandeep Kaur with her death. And again, it's so funny how quiet, even if he covered it, the shinny shitty show guy, but it's the way that he covered it. You know, all of his posts on his channel or his whatever he uses, Instagram, Twitter, whatever it is, because I don't think he's like on a YouTube flex. But as Bouncer showed and somebody else, because Bouncer was watching somebody else's video, and the person noted it. Basically, what they noted was all of this guy's streams or uploads. He's got so much energy when it comes to talking about immigrants, dirty immigrants, blah 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 blah. Yeah, like I mean, an explosion of energy. How comes when it came with the Kirandeep woman situation, which was to do with a white man that was going around knocking random doors, then he killed this woman. How comes he didn't have much energy, no energy for the white guy? What are you saying? You didn't have no energy for was it the gay couple that did a madness to the child that they adopted? Done some pretty Kruger stuff, and I think they killed the child as well. We didn't see Shiny Shitty Show have any energy for that. Why? Because it was white people? Isn't that funny? I'll guarantee you, if it was the Kirandeep situation, right, whether she's Sikh or not, but I'm saying if the person was any other color, that was the attacker, oh my, you wouldn't have heard the end of it. He would have had so much energy. and I mean an explosion of energy. Yeah. I'm telling you. How comes you've got it on every other video, but you ain't got that on? Okay. Interesting. Interesting. Now, this I'm still pulling this up, so just give me 1 second. I still ain't gone back to my channel properly yet. So again, are people just playing out their roles via a predetermined script, you know, with their predisposition of who and what, you know, what they are or whatever? Again, I'm not saying that some people can't change who they are or what they start out to be and how they're polarized in nature, right? But by design, not everybody's supposed to wake up to that. You know what I mean? Without me going extra into that as well, there's only going to be a small handful of people that's ever going to come somewhat and or be, you know, full-blown adept mastery at, you know, being an alchemist within their mind and in input and output, if you may. You know, right. So let me just check. Did I put this inside here? Let me just check inside. No, I didn't. Let me see if I can quickly add it. Oh shoot! Hold up. Give me 1 second, guys. I was on a different account and I went to my Zombieland variants account. But obviously I can't edit and copy the writing and stuff. So I've just changed accounts. I'm already over there. Just quickly go over. Okie dokie, right. So I can quickly copy and paste this in the description of the video. So it's just in there quickly. Sorry guys, just give me 1 second there. So I'm doing this. Right, let's do that. Put a space here. Oops, let me exit that. And then grab the share so I can share the post so it goes with all the links. Hopefully it should do it. I don't know if I can do it while I'm streaming. Hopefully I can. Can I save it? Yes, I can save it. Brilliant. Woohoo! Happy days, right. So again, you can follow along here with the post. And again, I've just you know, added stuff in the description so you can see the other video that I was on about. And again, I'm not going to harp on with the intricacies of why this information is important in this important entry by the Myriad. Obviously, I'm going to say some stuff, obviously, as I'm going through. Again, you know, train of thought and all of that. So, man sentenced to life imprisonment for the murder of Elinor O'Brien. Again, rest in peace, Elinor O'Brien. The perpetrator is Kevin Mannion, hence the nickname Kevin Manny, right? Now, what are the odds? Just before we get to the numbers, we're just going to read what we've got on the Metropolitan Police. So we've only got 5 slides we're going to go through, right? Only 5 slides. And the first 3, you know, we've got the thumbnail, then we're going to quickly read Metropolitan Police, yada, yada, yada. So, on slide 205, right, Metropolitan Police, right? So we got at around 12:30 on a Tuesday, 16th of August 2022, Greater Manchester Police received a request for assistance from Northwest Ambulance Service following reports of an injured 22-year-old female at a property on Great Watson Street in Manchester city centre, right? Goes on to say, officers attended the scene and it was quickly established that the woman had a stab wound in her groin. The woman was transported to hospital where she received treatment to the injury. Sadly, the 22-year-old woman, of course we're talking about Elinor O'Brien, did not survive the injury and passed away, right? She was identified to be Elinor O'Brien. Her family have been supported throughout these difficult times via specialist officers. Goes on to say, gives the brute scumbag's name, Kevin Mannion, born 22nd of November 1977, was arrested at the scene on suspicion of a Section 18 assault. He was later charged with Elinor's murder, Section 18 wounding and controlling coercive behaviour. He later appeared at Manchester Magistrates Court and was remanded into custody. Alright, goes on to say, we're on to slide 305, goes on to say, Kevin Mannion was, well, on this day, at that time, when he got sentenced, it says Kevin Mannion was sentenced to life imprisonment with a minimum of 23 years for the murder of Elinor O'Brien, wounding with intent and controlling and coercive behavior. You've got, sorry, so small. Why did this up? Give me a moment here. Firstly, my thoughts are with the Elinor's family and her loved ones. No parent or sibling should have to see a loved one die in this way. Goes on to say Elinor was subjected to controlling and coercive behavior throughout her relatively short relationship with Mannion, who assaulted her a number of times, and in the early hours of Sunday the 14th, so 2 days before the groin stabbing and her dying, she got stabbed in her left breast, right? So 14th of August, yeah? 2 days later, following an argument, Mannion threw Elinor out of his apartment and stabbed her in the groin. Goes on to say what we already spoke about, her, sadly dying as a result, as the injuries, despite the best efforts of medical staff. Mannion is an extremely dangerous individual. His lack of remorse for Elinor and her family is shameful. All right, to the numbers. All right, so now we're looking at the numbers again. again, I'm not going to hold your hand in this. So if you are, following along visually and or just listening, just keep going through each entry, the videos, whether you just keep going through the knife crime, or if you can handle, going through a mix mash of, whatever entries there to look at, from when it gets rolled out on the live tab or the video uploading tab, or if you go to the playlist. So I suggest maybe to just stick with one, whether it's racism, try and find all those videos. If it's knife crime, find all those and playlists and whatnot, or you know what I mean, whatever the case may be, suicide stuff. Look for all of those entries and then go to another one, or a different subject within the topic. Sorry, a different part of the topic within the subject matter at hand. Yeah. All right. So just quickly, and I haven't finished making the situation reveal show notes for the Microsoft stuff. I can't remember if I already said that in this live stream transmission, but straight after this, I'm going to finish off. I have done the thumbnail, and of course, I've already set up the next live stream, but I haven't done the. It's only a couple. I need to do maybe about 3 at the most. Take me a few minutes, not that long, but anywho. So anyway, we're on slide 5. Sorry, 4 or 5, right? So again, Kevin Mannion, he's born when? 22nd of November. Now, if you do that date from the death date of the young lady, Elinor, you can see in the middle, it's 14 weeks and 1 day. 14 weeks and 1 day. Not to mention the alternative span, you can see that on the right hand side, 3 months and 7 days. Again, knifeman, the term, knifeman equals 37. But where's the 14 weeks and 1 day going? Well, if you just quickly go to the next slide, 5 or 5, look straight down to the bottom. Kevin Mannion, dark green, English ordinal, A's 1 up to Z's 26. You add up his name, first and last, all together, 141. Like 14 weeks and 1 day, yeah? Interesting. Now, as you can see, if you just go up, 4th one up from the bottom, dark blue, or 4th one up. So 4th and then the 6th. So knifeman 37, then skip a row, go up again. What's that? Stabbed breast equals 37. So again, knifeman 37, you got, what was it? 3 months and 7 days. So knifeman 37, stabbed breast equals 37. Then continuing with the 37s, give me a moment here. Oh, actually 73, excuse me. Elinor O'Brien equals 73. And if you go back down to where it says knifeman, 4th one up. So we just spoke about dark blue, 37. Look right next to it, dark green, 73. Elinor O'Brien, dark blue, full reduction, 73. Knifeman, 73. Also know O'Brien equals 36 and 99. Why is that important? Well, if you go back to slide 4 or 5, look on the right hand side and also look in the middle first. If I uninclude the end date, so where you can see the blue tick where I've checked that box, if there's no blue tick there and I haven't checked it, it will be 3 months 6 days. Yeah, see that? So O'Brien 36 and 99. So again, include the end date, you can see 99 days there rather than it would be 98. Yeah. Also, the day in question. Oh, wait, hold up before I say that. Oh, yeah, it is there. You got a 66 numerology of the day of him stabbing the girl to death. Right? 8 and 16, so 8th of August. And then you put the year together, or you split up the year, excuse me. So 8th of 8th, oh my god, August 16th. All right, so 8th, oh my god, 8 and 16 and 20 and 22 equals 66. So that's the numerology, or one of the numerologies that rolls out for the day, yeah? Go back to slide 5. Bottom row, Kevin Mannion equals 66. Quickly, stabbing and stab wound 29. Oh shit, I forgot to say. Mannion. On the end there, Mannion, reverse reduction. Mannion equals 37. Like Knifeman. I mean, give me a break. What are the odds of this? Over and over again. Again, first name Kevin, stabbing and stab wound equal 29. As you can see in the dark blue section, stabbing and stab wound, right next to each other, dark blue. And again, quickly, Mannion 37, stabbed breast 37. Elinor equals 37. Remember, you got the 3 months, 7 days. Was it 7 days or 7 weeks? What was it again? Hold on. Yeah, 7 days. 3 months and 7 days. I mean, come on. Nice man, 37. And the 73. I'm just have to keep going over it, you know, so it sticks in your mind. Now again, he stabs her in the groin area. Groin equals 27. Like knife equals 27. You can see that the top row, third from the top, second from the top. Also, groin equals 36. So remember, if we uninclude the end date, right? Go back to slide 4. If you uninclude the end date, it will be 3 months and 6 days from her death, when she got stabbed in the groin, to this piece of shit brute's birthday. 22nd of November, you see? I mean, what are the odds of this? What are the odds, ladies and gentlemen? Over and over again, showing you the same pattern. Again, Knifeman 73, her full name 73. She gets stabbed to death by some crazy boyfriend, probably on steroids. Pub grub packet. Does MMA. When he stabbed her in her groin, 16th of August, that day leaves 137 days of the year. Groin stabbing equals 137. Wow. Also, the day in question has a numerology of 46 and day numerology of 24, 8 and 16. Oh, and it's got 37 numerology as well. 8 and 1 and 6 and 22, 37. I mean, come on. You've even got 28 in there. Cure 28. Blade 24 to go with the day numerology. 8 and 16, 24. Also, death, I think, is it Sumerian or Jewish cipher equals 228? I think it's Sumerian. Death equals 228 as well. It's the 228th day of the year as of the 16th of August. A day I'm very familiar with for other reasons. The day goes by. Trust me. Day goes by. Yeah. Also, stab equals 46. You've got numerology of 46, 8, and 16, and 22. 46. Stabbed equals 46. Right. Again, I'm not going to hold your hand. That's why I didn't go too intricate. Why these numbers matters on the multiple layers behind the myriad. I've done that a gazillion times, so I suggest you watch the Kirandeep video, the one that I've put in the description and or to go with the post with what I'm reading from with the community wall. Yeah, Kirandeep, and what is his name? The Englishman's name is Daniel Sean James. And remember, Daniel equals 45, like knife equals 45. You know, also in that case, with the situation reveal, again, he's born in 1982. The word knives equals 82. Kirandeep Kaur, the woman that got stabbed to death. Again, he was going around knocking on doors randomly in Uxbridge Hayes. Right? And with her situation, he climbed up through a window. She's sleeping. He kills the woman off. She's a Sikh lady. Sikh. Right? That was a religion. And she got killed on a day of a life lesson of 29. Sikh equals 29. Again, stabbing and stabbing equal 29. And when you look up the guy's birthday, he's born, and he was 44 years old as well when this happened. Knife man equals 44, kill 44. He's born April 29th. Also, that's the 119th day of the year. Pretty sure knifing equals 119. Stabbing or... Hold on, I've got it here. Hold on, let me get it up. Yeah, stabbing equals 119. And of course, they're going to be looking at, as I've said, how many times with these type of situations and cases. Of course, mental health's going to factor in. And for this individual, him being, on this, being born on this day, I mean, how fitting is it? When welfare, mood swing, mental health equals 119. Even the word suicide equals 119. I know he's not, I know it's not that for this situation, but it's in that bracket of 119. Yeah. Gone over this so many times. And again, if you're just playing out your role via how you're polarized in nature and what numbers are assigned to you, so to speak, right? Regardless of the nefarious activity, just, vibration, it's all one and the same. Frequencies and vibration, sound is light, etc., etc. I mean, there's more to what I'm saying here. Sound is shape, shapes is sound, sound is light. But are we being taken off course? Is there something causing an amplification for people to? And obviously, there are things by the myriad that I can obviously disclose that I've gone over how many times. So many things that factor in for people to be veering off course. And it's something aiding the amplification of specific frequency to veer off course and do crazy shit. Not thinking, no compassion, wiling out, yada, yada, yada. There's so many attributes that go with what I'm saying without saying it, But of course, speaking to a brick wall, it falls on deaf ears. Nobody cares. Only a few of us. Wish I was matured with this thinking so many years ago because I was on path, and then relationships and whatnot and other stuff break down, or people pass away. Could be your brother, could be a girlfriend, ex-girlfriend. It's a damn shame. But at the same time, because for the most part nobody cares anyway, and you got to battling through people's perspectives. It's just very luck. It's just luck if they're actually basically if you can have a good mediation with people and be on a level. Do you know what I mean? And realize that bigger picture that's been affecting us all. Again, you always got to be accountable for stuff, obviously, but there is something extra that's messing us all up. Very sad, man. Very sad. Very sad. Right. So, Bouncer, if you're out there, it would be really great if you could, help a brother out. The message, not me. Just put the message out, man. It would be great. But I know that's never going to happen. We at you, we leave messages. There's no way you've never not seen a video or even remotely check something out from over here. But you obviously choose not to. And as I say, you help the demise of the people not gaining a full understanding of what's at play. As I pointed out many times. And that's why I want to find out Shinny show when his birthday is. Because it would be really funny if he's got a lot of racist numbers around him, and I'm just going to say, haha, there you go again. With Stephen Yaxley, what do people call him? What do they call him? Tommy 10 names. Yeah. The one that will fight for Israel. He's nothing but a Zionist, a wolf in sheep's clothing. I'm not saying I don't agree with some of his points, or maybe a lot of his points concerning Tommy Robinson, aka Stephen Yaxley Lennon. But it is interesting, and I kept saying, obviously, it can be organic. But for these type of people, you have to wonder, is that really his birthday? And if it is, okay, cool. But when is his birthday? 27th of November. And race and racism equals 27? And as I keep saying to you, the pre-roll that's already been set for each and every one of us in a unique fashion. Time when you're born, all the numbers around you, signs and symbols and whatnot. What you like, what you don't like is very important. But people sleep on this. They think, zodiac stuff and all of this is just all nonsense and bullshit. All right, you stay there. Wax and wane cycles, all nonsense. All right, cool. And that's why I keep saying, if we don't break free of certain, erected Groundhog Day setups, right? If you don't break free of it, by understanding what's causing a specific type of repetition and rehashed stuff, you're never going to break out of, basically, the saying, those that don't know history are doomed to repeat it. Well, then there you go. The masses or certain people, they think that they grasp this and that, but they don't understand the undercurrent signal frequency that's really causing stuff, what's going on. Mapped out, you know what I mean? Things happening at specific times, the reason for the season, rhyme and reason and whatnot. So as I say, if you don't care about the structure, you're always going to be stuck in this Groundhog Day. So even me, I've got to be mindful, setting up, even for myself, even explaining again. You know what I mean? Like, do I need to explain again? Of course I don't. Do I need to make another video? Of course I don't. But I am compelled, even if I have slowed down putting out information I still get that compulsion to be like, wow, you know what, I've got to put that one out. I have to. Whether nobody watches it or, you know what I mean? You know what I usually say. Or say here and there at the very least. At least I've done my bit, you know? Sincerely with love, so. As I say, the last thing I'll quickly say is what I said on the last stream. You know, this knowledge is truly the cherry on top. It's the icing. And what I forgot to say as well, it's the fusing ingredient that molds everything else together inside the cake. You know what I mean? It's the key ingredient that molds it all. So it's the cherry on top, it's the icing on the cake. Yeah. And it's the special ingredient that fuses all the other ingredients inside the cake together. You know? But hey, I can only do and say so much. Again, I don't care if people want to aid it and help it populate or not. I don't care. If you do, great, brilliant. But as I say, I'm just here taking notes. If I can catch a witness while I'm here, that would be cool. Not that I need one because, you know, me, myself, and I is enough of a witness along with the universe. So I can know what I'm seeing. So anywho, catch you on the rebound maybe, wholeness.